What would you do if your nation was enslaved? What would you do if a cruel king ruled over your people for 18 long years? And what if God chose you to stop him? Not with an army, not with 1,000 soldiers, not with a mighty sword, but alone. One man, one hidden dagger, one impossible mission. Tonight we uncover one of the Bible's most daring stories, a story of courage, a story of strategy, a story of faith, and a story of a left-handed man who changed history forever. This is the story of Ehud. Israel had seen miracles. They had crossed rivers, watched walls collapse, inherited a promised land flowing with abundance. Yet prosperity became their greatest danger. Slowly they forgot God. The people who once worshipped Jehovah began chasing idols. The God who delivered them from bondage was replaced by wooden statues and pagan gods. Their hearts drifted. And whenever Israel abandoned God, trouble followed. The Lord removed his protection. Suddenly enemies appeared from every direction. Fear spread across the land. The nation was vulnerable. And a new threat was rising in the east. Beyond the Jordan River ruled a man named Eglon, King of Moab, powerful, wealthy, ambitious, and ruthless. Eglon was not satisfied with ruling Moab. He wanted more, much more. He forged alliances with neighboring nations. The Ammonites joined him. The Amalekites joined him. 3 nations, 1 army, 1 purpose, to crush Israel. The invasion came swiftly. Israel's defenses collapsed. Villages surrendered. Cities fell. Fields were seized. Families suffered. Eglon captured Jericho, the city of palms, the very city where God once performed miracles. Now it belonged to the enemy. For 18 years Israel lived under oppression. Imagine 18 years. Children grew into adults under slavery. Parents buried loved ones under foreign rule. Taxes became unbearable. Hope slowly disappeared. Every harvest enriched Moab. Every year deepened the nation's misery. And Eglon loved it. Then something changed. The people finally remembered God. Not during prosperity, not during celebration, but in suffering. The cries of Israel rose toward heaven. Mothers prayed, fathers prayed, entire villages prayed, and God listened. Because he always listens, even when his people fail, even when they wander. God heard their cry, and he prepared an answer nobody expected. His name was Ehud, from the tribe of Benjamin. An ordinary man. No crown, no army, no fame, nothing extraordinary. Except one thing. Ehud was left-handed. At first glance, this seems insignificant. But God was about to use that small detail to save a nation. You see, God often uses what others overlook. The thing people see as unusual, the thing people call weakness, the thing people underestimate. That is often where God's power shines brightest. One evening, Ehud sat alone, thinking, praying, planning. Then he made a decision. If Israel was going to be free, someone had to confront Eglon. He would be that man. By firelight he forged a dagger. Not a sword, not a spear. A short double-edged blade, sharp enough to kill, small enough to hide. He fastened it beneath his clothing, to his right thigh, a place guards rarely searched, because most men drew weapons with their right hand. But Ehud was different, and his difference would become his advantage. The day arrived. Israel gathered tribute for King Eglon. Gold, food, valuables, everything demanded by their oppressor. Ehud volunteered to deliver it. The journey felt endless. Every step brought him closer to danger, closer to death, closer to destiny. His hidden dagger rested silently beneath his robe, waiting for the right moment. Finally, Ehud stood before Eglon. The king sat comfortably in luxury. surrounded by wealth, protected by guards, confident, arrogant, untouchable. The tribute was presented. Everything appeared normal. Nobody suspected a thing. The guards searched him. Nothing. The officials watched him. Nothing. The dagger remained hidden. The trap was working. The tribute was delivered. The mission seemed complete. Ehud left the palace. He walked away. Further, further. Then he stopped. His heart raced. This was the moment, the point of no return. Slowly, he turned around and walked back, alone. Back at the palace, Ehud requested a private meeting. "I have a secret message for the king." The words intrigued Eglon. A secret message. Everyone was dismissed. The chamber emptied. Servants left. Officials departed. Guards withdrew. Soon only 2 men remained, the king and the deliverer. Ehud stepped forward. "I have a message from God for you." Eglon stood, expecting words. Instead, steel flashed. Ehud reached with his left hand, the hidden hand, the unexpected hand, the hand God had prepared. In one swift motion he drew the dagger and struck. History changed in an instant. The oppressor fell. The tyrant was defeated. The king who terrorized Israel for 18 years was gone. But victory was only half the battle. Now he had to escape, quietly, quickly, without raising alarm. Ehud locked the chamber doors, then disappeared. Outside, servants waited, and waited, and waited, too embarrassed to interrupt their king. The delay gave Ehud exactly what he needed: time. Reaching the mountains of Ephraim, Ehud lifted a ram's horn and blew. The sound echoed across the valleys, across villages, across an oppressed nation. Freedom had arrived. The people gathered. Warriors assembled. Hope returned. The revolution had begun. "Follow me. The Lord has delivered Moab into our hands." The Israelites charged. They seized the crossings of the Jordan. The Moabites were trapped, leaderless, confused, defeated. The enemy that oppressed Israel for 18 years collapsed. The chains were broken. Freedom was restored. Then came peace. Not for months, not for years, for 80 years. Children grew up in freedom. Families prospered. The nation healed. Because one man trusted God. One man embraced his calling. One man acted when everyone else was afraid. That man was Ehud. The world saw a left-handed man. God saw a deliverer. The world saw someone ordinary. God saw someone capable of extraordinary things. And maybe, just maybe, the thing you think makes you different is the very thing God wants to use. Because throughout history, God has never needed perfect people. Only willing ones, and that's exactly what Ehud was. A willing servant, a courageous heart, a forgotten hero, a deliverer. Subscribe for more rare Bible stories. Like, share, comment. Which Bible hero should we cover next?